Hi everyone, my name is Mary Trailer, and here are my responses to the proactive and responsive scenario assignment. The first scenario that I chose, the proactive scenario, is today is your first day in your role as school counselor. How would you begin to develop a restorative community? Who would be involved? What questions would you ask? And so on. So here's my response. It's the first day in my role as the school counselor. I work at a K-8 charter school in South Los Angeles. I've been working as a teacher for 3 years prior to getting this role, um, but decided to transition into a new role after going back to school to get my Master's of Social Work degree. I'm very excited to bring restorative practices to the school community, as this is an approach or a philosophy that the school has not implemented before and does not know a lot about. I have talked to the executive director, I've gotten buy-in, and she is quite excited to create an implementation plan with me. I let her know that I think the first step should be me facilitating a circle with the teaching staff where I get to explain what my new role and responsibilities are as a school counselor and how I can support them and their students. Also, provide a space for them to, during the circle time, to share what got them into teaching, what their expectations are for their students on a social emotional level, and also what they're hoping to accomplish this year. And then lastly, use the circle as a time to let them know that circles are an effective approach to building and sustaining community, that it is used a lot in restorative practices, and help the staff get a better understanding of the history and context of circles and where they came from. I would then let them know that there are many different ways to use circles in a classroom setting, and that there will be continuous professional development throughout the year, where they can learn more about circles and other proactive and responsive restorative practice interventions, and that I am available to support them with those practices. As far as my responsive scenario, I chose a student displaying chronic misbehaviors in the classroom. So here's my response. James, a fifth grade student, is part of my social skills group that meets for 30 minutes one time a week. During this group, James is continuously talking over myself and other students during our circle time. This behavior happens at least 2 to 3 times per session and is persistently has been happening for 3 weeks. I decide to pull him aside and have a conversation with him. I begin the conversation using an effective statement to help start the conversation. This statement can go something like this: when I hear you talking at the same time I am talking, I feel frustrated because I would like to be heard. Would you be willing to hold your response until I'm done? I'd like to problem solve with you. And then from there, I would ask him in a neutral tone some questions that can prompt him to share what he has noticed in group about his behavior, and what challenges that he might be facing with the group. The last step is the two of us will problem solve and come up with a plan together that we will try out at the next social skills group session. And then we will also plan to meet after the next session to see how the new plan has worked. Those are my 2 responses. Looking forward to your feedback. Thank you.